Hey, howdy from Chill Squirrel. So, you know about our electric bikes being hardtail and softtail, and you probably heard about it. The softtail means an air shock at the rear. So you'll see there's a rear shock here, which gives you that extra bit of comfort. Besides that, we also focus very much on people wanting to ride long distances. Because a lot of people come and say, oh, I'm going to ride 20, 30 Ks, and they end up actually going 100 Ks. So very important is the saddle. Having a cutout in the saddle like this one here also increases the blood flow in your groin area. So besides the gel comfort that you're sitting on, you also have better blood flow. So for those longer distances, you're less apt to getting numb in those parts. So let's start with our integrated EMTB model called Marula. Marula has an integrated battery. You will see here inside the frame, and it also has an integrated motor. Marula has focused on, in this case, a very powerful mid-drive, 1,000 watt. So it offers you pretty much any type of power for any type of hill, for any type of weight. So it doesn't matter how heavy you are with this bike or how steep the hill is. This EMTB is focused on getting you up any hill at any weight. That's the focus of it. A lot of e-bikes in South Africa are 250 watts, which means that it has a cutoff at 25 kilometers an hour. And it can be quite frustrating when you need that extra bit of power for that extra weight or for that extra steep hill, and then you suddenly cut off and you are unable to get up the hill. So what we focused on here is providing not only 250 watts, but also 350, 500, 750, all the way up to 1,000. So you can adjust it. And I'm going to ask you to come over here now and just have a look at how you can adjust it. So on the left here, we have the LCD display. And when you power it up, you're going to get an idea of how you can adjust your level of different wattages. So you'll see level 1, that's going to be at about 200, 150 to 200 watts of power. But when you want to increase that, because you need more power for the hill, or you just like more power, or it's a super steep hill, you can just go up like that, 2, 3. So now when you're on 3, you are veering towards 400 watts. So you go up to 5, you've gone up to like 600, 650 watts. 6, 7, now you've gone up to 800 watts. And when you go all the way up to 9, you are getting the full 1,000 watt level of power. And the reason we put on a throttle is what I've explained in previous introductions to e-bikes, is the thumb throttle just gets you that momentum, because pedal assist works like that. So if you take off in, let's say, level, it's just for argument's sake, it's a steep hill and you take off on level 5. So what's going to happen now is when you use the pedals, what's going to happen is your pedals are going to turn, but they're not going to initiate the motor immediately. So you're going to have to turn, 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 turn. Wow, there we go. So what happens is it gives you a little bit of time while you turn the pedals to kick in. And why does it do that? Why does it not kick in straight away as soon as you touch the pedals? The reason for that is if someone comes along and touches your pedals, or you just, by mistake, someone's standing in front of you and you touch the pedals, and it'll suddenly take off. So it gives you that safety feature. But let's say now you just want to take off, you're on a steep hill, you took a picture, or you were speaking on the phone, chatting with friends, checking out the view, and now you get back on the steep hill and all you want to do is take off. You're not going to wait for that revolution. You're going to use your throttle. And that is an incredible feature which most e-bikes actually don't have. Is all you do is you throttle away like that. And that gives you instant momentum from your stationary position. Another thing is on a lot of e-bikes, you probably have to carry a screwdriver just to get the battery off. But what we've done is we're trying to make it really easy. And all you do is you just turn the key like that, and this battery pops off very, very easily. And you can take it into the shop and you can have it charged up there while you're sitting, or you can then put it back on the bike and charge it. Actually, if there's an electric plug near you, you can actually charge it while it's on the bike. And that's also, we've tried to make things as convenient and comfortable as possible. Another thing what is really, really useful is, I don't know about you, but I get lower back pain, and especially if I've been riding for even 10 Ks in a position like this. But what we do is we put on an adjustable stem. And what that does is it keeps you in an upright sitting position. So you don't have to worry about leaning forward, getting numbness in your back. And we also put on a comfort grip. And the comfort grip, with this little part that comes out here where your hand rests, will prevent your fingers from getting numb. Especially that, for sure, you're going to ride an e-bike a lot more than you ever rode your bicycle because of the fun and the fact that you can go further. And so what we have here on the right, you may be wondering what these little switches are. What they do is, when you go off-road, you normally release, and then the shocks become very easy to use off-road because you want that bounce when you're off-road. But then you may go on-road and you don't need so much, the road's flat and you don't need the bounce. Because keep in mind, with all that bounce, you're actually using up more energy from the battery. So what we do is we lock those. We lock the front shock, we lock the rear shock, right from where you're sitting. You don't even have to get off the bike. From here, lock it up, and you are ready for the road. And as soon as you get off-road again, or the road gets really bumpy, and you just simply release those buttons while you're sitting on the bike, and you go off-road comfortably, back to the bounce again, keep you from feeling all the bumps. Okay, and one thing I want to also talk about here quickly is the pedals. The pedals are nice, wide platform. Now, on an e-bike, people wonder, oh, well, should I still use my clip-ons or should I have clip-ons? It's not really necessary because you already have that a pull and push effect. So you don't need to be pulling it more to getting more power on the flats and that. If you want to increase your power, you simply increase the level of assistance. And for safety as well, because you may be going around a corner, increase the level of assistance. And if you're locked in there, it's not exactly safe and not advisable on an electric bike. So what we do is we put on a nice wide platform pedal, gives you a nice push down, and you actually don't need the clip-ons at all. And well, that is the Marula for you. Fantastic e-bike. Come in and test ride it. I assure you, you're going to have lots of fun. Cheers, guys.